Here are 5 benefits of masturbation. Why do people masturbate? How should you masturbate, and should you do it with porn? And what if a girl masturbates? Hello, my dear subscriber. I'm glad to welcome you to my channel, Urologist Naumchuk. My name is Dr.Naumchuk, and I am a practicing urologist. Today we're going to talk about the topic of masturbation. Should you do it? What are the pros and cons both for women and men, and how often should you actually do it? Masturbation is one of the activities people engage in to achieve satisfaction. Why do people masturbate? First, due to a lack of sex. Second, because of a lack of financial resources. And third, to satisfy desires and fulfill the fantasies that occur in our minds. We should know one thing. In the male body, the process of ejaculation can occur on its own, even without masturbation. More precisely, when the testicles are filled with sperm and spermatozoa, this manifests in men as nocturnal emissions. Nocturnal emissions typically begin around the age of 13 or 14. Nowadays, in the current global situation, this tends to happen earlier. Nocturnal emissions start in boys from about 11 years old. Why does this happen? Because there is no masturbation, but there is an overaccumulation of spermatozoa, so sexual dreams occur at night, and as a result, nocturnal emissions happen. If a girl masturbates, it is either to satisfy her personal desires or sometimes to fulfill her private fantasies. Men who do not masturbate will, in 100% of cases and at any productive age, experience nocturnal emissions. How often should one masturbate? The answer is very simple. You should masturbate whenever you want to and whenever you feel the desire. Here's a small tip. A life hack, call it whatever you like. It's about how you should masturbate and whether you should do it with porn or not. Often, men masturbate with porn for psychological reasons, which leads to a quicker orgasm and faster pleasure. However, many studies have shown that it's better to masturbate without porn and to imagine everything yourself. Why? Because when a man watches porn, as a result, after a certain amount of time, if this happens very often and always with porn, during sex and intimacy with a partner, things might not go the way you want. They might not get an erection, there might be no sexual desire, libido might fail because he has a pornographic image in his head, but in reality, that image isn't happening. As a result, sexual intercourse with a partner doesn't work out. So guys, if you masturbate, it's better to imagine everything in your head rather than watch porn. 5 key benefits of masturbation. First, relief from menstrual pain. All the hormones in women that are released during masturbation while on their period, they act as analgesics. As a result, menstrual pain becomes less severe and less intense. Second, strengthening the immune system. The more frequent and intense the orgasms and pleasure, the higher the level of immunoglobulin A. Immunoglobulin A is responsible for our immunity and for improving the quality of the immune system. Third, improved sleep. After orgasm, prolactin levels rise and dopamine levels drop in the body, which actually explains why everyone feels sleepy after having an orgasm. Fourth, an improvement in overall well-being. And fifth, the most important one, is the enhancement of psychological and emotional health within a couple, focusing on their well-being, because masturbation can be done not only alone but also with a partner. Let me share a little secret with you, just between us, that I actually recently read on the internet. It's quite interesting, really. A woman who owns a sex shop recently shared an interesting story. Right now, due to the ongoing war in Ukraine, many couples are forced to be separated by long distances, unable to see each other for extended periods of time. In one particular case, a woman decided to order her partner his 6th sex toy, specifically a masturbator, as a way to help him cope with their separation and maintain a sense of intimacy despite the circumstances. All 5 masturbators were used up very quickly. All? They all still work as intended, but she made an effort to alter the mental image she had in her mind. Additionally, the last masturbator in the sequence was equipped with a remote control function, which allowed her to have direct control over his orgasm, giving her the ability to decide exactly when he would climax. How does this affect their relationship? It's very simple. Psychologically healthy relationships. No one is cheating, everyone loves each other, and everyone enjoys it. So, guys, masturbation is not a bad thing. You really should masturbate, and you should do it both as a couple and on your own. And don't be embarrassed about it. Because most people say, no, I don't do that, but secretly they do it anyway. There's truly nothing wrong with it. And if your country's criminal code does not explicitly prohibit or forbid it in any way, or even just thinking about and replaying these images in your head, then I, as a doctor, can't forbid you from doing it either. So if you have any questions regarding urology or about this topic, ask all your questions in the comments and I will definitely answer. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Subscribe to my channel, and if you need a urologist consultation, the link to my direct messages will be below. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye bye.